Howdy YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Gunman. So today we've got another spray gun review, and that spray gun is the brand new Sagola 4600. So just to be completely clear, this is a brand new spray gun. It's not the old Sagola 4600 Xtreme. So oddly enough, you would think that like this would be the original branding, and then the updated version would be Xtreme. But either way, this is the new version of the Sagola 4600. So they've done a complete rehaul and a revamp over this spray gun. They've changed the air caps, and I can confirm that the old air caps off your Xtreme will not fit on here. So the gun does seem to have a nice balance in the hand. They tell me that they've reduced a little bit of weight on the front of the spray gun. So I'm not sure if it's just because they told me that, but it did feel really nice in the hand. I'm talking before I put a pot or anything on there, but it was really noticeable. And again, it could just be, you know, because I've been told to think that way, but it did feel really nice and comfortable, and it was nice and lightweight. So I gave it a quick weigh, and it was about 100 grams less than my original 4600 Xtreme. But yeah, nice looking gun, and you know, if you just had a quick glance at it, you may not really notice that much of a difference. It really does look relatively similar, but again, like I say, they have given it a bit of an overhaul. They've done some fine tuning to improve the internals, but yeah, there's definitely some parts that have not changed at all. So we'll get into that in a minute, but as you can see there, there's yeah, around 100 grams. Now, to be fair, the PPS adapter was on there, and that little air pressure gauge down the bottom. So it may be closer to say 60 or 80 grams lighter if I was to take those parts off. But as you can see, a very nice looking spray gun. It comes with a few different air caps on it. So you got the HVLP, the Clear Pro, and the Basecoat. So for the purposes of this video, all I've got is the Clear and the Basecoat guns. So that's all I'm going to be able to review in this. But in the future, I would really like to get one of those Clear Pros, because what you see on the bench here, this is my old DVR Titania, and what he told me, I said, hey, do you have a newer updated version for this gun of the Titania? And he said the Clear Pro is the updated version of the Titania. So for any of you Sagola fans out there who do prefer your Titania, I would recommend going for the Clear Pro, because that is the evolution, and that's actually what Hector from Sagola has told me directly. So yeah, either way, straight into the booth, whack that gauge on. So these ones are non-digital, but you can get them in digital too, which is the same type of a design which you saw on my 4600 Xtreme, which has got the digital in the hand of the spray gun. I'm a real big fan of that from Sagola. So on that Xtreme of mine, I had that for, wow, it must be around 10 years now. Not far off it either way. And I did have to change the battery in it, but it's so easy to change. They're batteries that you can get off eBay for less than $10. So two big thumbs up with that. And I do say that because some of these other spray gun companies like SATA and even DeVilbiss, their digital gauges are really expensive, and even with the DeVilbiss, you actually had to send it back and they would send you out a new digital gauge because you couldn't replace the batteries in them. They may have been some sort of a proprietary battery, but to be fair, that was the older version of the DJI pod, I'm pretty sure it was. But either way, I'm going off onto a tangent. So on this bonnet here, I sprayed that with the PPG LVC 105 Clear. So what I decided to do with this video is to put this gun, or these two guns, right through their paces, use them for lots of different materials and see how they hold up. So the setups that I got were both 1.2 XL. Now, of course, there are different air cap and fluid tips that you can go for. You can go for the 1.3 XL as well if you wanted to, but for me, honestly, these days, the 1.2 XL has been absolutely perfect. Any more and you would be overloading the material, any less and it would just be a little bit too slow. So like I say, for me personally, I'm looking for those more factory finishes. I'm not looking for dead flat clear coat. The clear coat I use doesn't really like to go down dead flat anyway, so it kind of works out well. But if you did try the 1.2 XL and it was still a little bit too much, there still is the option for the 1.2. So there's also a 1.3 and then there's 1.3 XL, and they actually even have a 1.4 in this setup. So that's another option for you guys. There may be some people out there who's say paint trucks and they just do single coats or something like that, so that could be a good option. And when it does come to on the topic of painting trucks, if you're an industrial painter, look no further than the Sagola. So look, when I sort of go into a YouTube video, I sort of put myself in the position of a potential buyer of the spray gun, right? And you know, whether or not I would recommend it, like would I purchase this gun out of my own money, knowing what I know about the spray gun? And if I was a industrial painter, absolutely, like no questions asked. Now, on the other side, you know, for automotive refinishing, look, is it the best gun? So this is the conclusion I've come to, basically. Is it the best gun on the market for base coat? No. Is it the best gun on the market for clear coat? My answer would have to be no too. But that's probably just because there is so much competition on the market. But it is the best in some regards, you know, for longevity and build quality. I don't think you're going to beat them. So that probably like 5 or 6 years ago, I would have said SATA about that. But look, unfortunately, some of their quality has dropped off a little bit. It just seems like they've put, you know, profits in front of everything these days with some of these big companies. And it does feel to me, at least, that, yeah, some of those other big companies like SATA, they're just putting profits over everything. So they're always coming out with these latest designs. They're trying to, you know, put the prices up on their spray guns to ludicrous levels. And I get it that they're made in Germany, but look, these guns here, they are absolutely bulletproof. So if you wanted to buy a gun that would just last you for the rest of your career and you don't need the latest edition with this model and that model or whatever, look no further than these guns here. Like I say, if you're industrial, you know, look no further than these guns here. Look, one thing I have noticed is that the fans are just a little bit smaller than the likes of your DV1, both base coat and clear coat, and even your SATAs. So that's, it gets marked down a couple of points because of that, but it's definitely not a deal breaker for me. You know, they've got a nice even fan. I think it's probably improved, like the evenness of the fan. But like I say, because of the metal on metal technology that they have in these guns, it makes them absolutely ideal for a wet on wet primer gun, for any sort of industrial use. Because, you know, like if you miss a little bit of primer or you miss a little bit of 2K direct gloss or something like that and it doesn't clean off properly, it doesn't matter, because you can just throw these guns into the cam clean or even just normal thinners. You can even leave it overnight and there's basically no risk of doing any serious damage to the gun because there's no plastic seals in there to expand overnight with the thinners. Whatever you do decide to dunk it in. Like I say, you could dunk it into that extra strong cam clean that we have here in Australia and you'd be no dramas at all. I know, yeah, some of you guys from America and Europe, it may be banned, these products, but yeah, probably due to your EPA laws being a bit better or worse depending on which side of the fence you're on. But either way, there you go. So that's clear coat on this Isuzu D-Max Ute, which I did. I had to use a 136 on that because I was using the 105 and I found that I was getting these micro nibs in it whenever I was doing flow coats, because it was just not quite enough of a film build I was getting with the 105. And never mind, it gives us a good opportunity to yeah, put this gun right through its paces and use the different clear coats. Now, again, the orange peel that you see in those quarter panels, don't worry about it because it's actually meant to look like that. So, like I said, I used 105 on these jobs a few times. Lucky I painted the whole side, but I did notice that it was actually too flat. So what I've been doing lately is deliberately leaving that little bit of orange peel in the sides of these Isuzus because it just stands out when you go too flat. Yeah, then you've got sort of one panel that's nice and flat and then the rest of the car is orange peely because it's orange peely from factory. But either way, again, we've got this job here. This is off a Kia Stinger, doing a yellow Kia Stinger. I did just some general repairs on it. There was some clear coat failing in a couple of spots, so Gunny to the rescue. PPG LVC 136. What a nice killer clean job that I got on this one. I always find that, like with the solid colors, you get like extra nice clean jobs. I guess it's because those metallic particles, they can turn into sort of little micro nibs. But that's just about it for this video there, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. And look, closing thoughts, is it a rush out and buy it because it's gonna change you for the better? No, it's not. Like, if you've already got a few spray guns, this is not going to make you a better painter. I can get the same results with this as I do with pretty much any one other of my spray guns, but in saying all of that, they're a top quality spray gun. They will last you a lifetime, and like I say, even if you do get that digital version, it's easy to replace the batteries. I love little things like that. Like, I know it might sound small, but I'm sure you guys can sort of appreciate little things like that, you know, after sales service. Yeah, look, in saying that, they're analog gauges. I've actually had one of them fail on me before. Now, I believe the reason that happens is because they've got springs inside them. So what happens when you plug your air lines in, you're going from 0 pressure to full bore or whatever it is, and you stretch that spring out. So what you're actually meant to do is turn the gauge down to 0, plug the gun in, and then turn it up. So I've never done that, and I'm probably never going to do that. But yeah, there you go. That's just another little thing that I have never mentioned before. But Sagola themselves actually sent this spray gun out directly, so big thanks to Sagola from Spain. But as always, Spray Guns Direct do stock these Sagolas. Now, whether or not they actually have them in stock at the moment as of release of this video, because this gun here is like right hot off the press, it's brand new. But yeah, it may take Spray Guns Direct a few weeks or months to get them in. So if that's where you're looking at purchasing them, just keep that in mind, that these guns are brand new, and Sagola did send this gun out directly to me, so you'll have to find where you can get one. But yeah, all of that said, hopefully you did enjoy. Until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Coming out. I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone for watching, and if you'd like to support the channel further, you're more than welcome to go over and check out some of the merchandise we've got. My personal favourite is those spray suits, so they're a good quality Colad branded spray suit with the Gunman logo on it. There's also hats, drink coolers, hoodies and t-shirts, so be sure to go over and check out the link in the description if you are interested.